That is a great bit.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the CT Avis YouTube channel as we plunge further into the case of the Edge of Darkness for Call of Cthulhu. I am CT Avis. This is my channel, but I am not running this game. However, the Return of Aetherflux Hunters, our Space Dungeons and Dragons campaign, is very close, perhaps as close as next week. So we'll see as we play through tonight. But running tonight's adventure is our keeper, John Aiken. John, take it away.
Hello, and welcome to Call of Cthulhu, the role-playing game. We are, I believe this is part 4. We are playing the Edge of Darkness. I am the keeper of arcane lore, which is, if this is your first time here, that is like the dungeon master, game master, referee, etc. And I am joined by my following friends. Tim, who is playing Anton Kuznetsov, a Pennsylvanian airplane mechanic. CT Avis himself, his channel that you're watching right now, is playing Sam Slade, the private investigator. We have Rick, who's playing Dr. Hampton Lockhart, a doctor of medicine. We have Rid, who is playing Larson Shane. I've learned. Bootlegger extraordinaire. We have Matt Trombley, who is playing Professor Dr. Granville, parapsychologist / occultist.
Professor Dr. Granville, Esquire.
I like, it's like Professor Doctor. Oh, that sounds impressive. Parapsychologist. Oh, so he's unemployed.
Retired.
And last but not least, we have Bob, who is playing Brick McAllister, a Marine veteran of the Great War. The investigators have found themselves in a predicament. Brick's relative, a Rupert Merriweather, was on his, or is on his deathbed. And one of the last things he relayed to Brick, just the night prior to the game we're going to be playing tonight, relayed to him that he was part of a group of people called the Dark Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood had inadvertently released a thing of some sort, believing that it was going to be a djinn to grant them boons. However, it ended up causing and wreaking havoc. Currently, Rupert Merriweather is still in the hospital, although he looked pretty bad last night, and that led the investigators to hurry with some quick investigations and then make their way to a house near a town called Ross's Corners in Massachusetts, about an hour and a half west of Arkham. For those that don't know, Arkham is a fictional town, part of the Lovecraftian lore that exists just north of Boston, very close to Peabody, Massachusetts, if you know where that is, and High Power Man, if you're watching. Excellent to have you here. And at this point, I think what I'd like to do is to see what our investigators remember from last week, because Brick, unfortunately, was not here. Well, I guess Bob was not here. So by extension, Brick was not here. So what is it that you remember finding last game? Anybody can join in.
Well, we found Maggie. What's her name's body?
Maggie
McFurter's
McFurter,
body.
correct.
I think it was the last thing we did. Her body was to the east of the house, slumped against a tree. We rolled her over. She had this sort of ghastly expression frozen on her face and bloody clothes. And a circular hole was in her chest, matching that of the raccoon, the large raccoon we had found earlier.
Also with heart missing.
Yes.
Yep. And I believe Granville and Kuznetsov found some stuff in the cellar of the house.
Yes.
What is it that you guys found?
Not as exciting and shocking as a dead body, but we found the powder and some other stuff needed for the ritual to banish the spirit.
Yeah, you found a like a steam chest, and in that were a number of items, including 2 powders. One that was of a brownish
Yes.
color, one that was sort of a silvery talcum type powder. You also found a pile of 6 black cloaks, as well as a bunch of papers that explained the ritual, as well as something written in Latin. As a matter of fact, multiple things written in Latin. There were 6 sheafs of paper, all with the same Latin writing repeated on all 6 pages.
Oh yeah,
However, I
peep the
don't-
handouts. They're pretty cool.
Yes.
However, I don't believe everybody that was down in that basement could speak or read Latin, correct?
Nope.
Yeah, neither of us could.
Yeah, I don't think these handouts were shared to the group.
Ah, that's correct. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, technically we're the only ones who've seen them so far. Well, when
Right.
you get a chance to see them, they're real cool.
There was
Um,
comments made about, or we were deciding about the fact that somebody had to literally spend the whole time repeating the chant over and over again, and Anton decided that maybe his strength was not in the trying to read the foreign language.
Right. And at the point where we're going to pick up, the group has actually been divided into 3, really. In the basement are Anton and Professor Dr. Granville. On the first floor is Larson. I'm sorry, Larson's not there. It is Dr. Lockhart, who has made his way, sort of snuck his way back inside the house through the back door. Outside are Sam Slade and Larson Shane, who, from their vantage point, were able to spot 2 people walking towards the house's front door. Everybody heard their voices, or at least the voice of one of the people walking towards the door. Does anybody remember who that was?
Was it a copper? I'm trying to remember.
It was Brick's.
Oh no!
unknowing
Rick's
Yeah,
relative there.
cousin.
And Anton was
And
really
he brought a
stealthy.
lawyer with him?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, Bertram.
Right. It was Bertram Merriweather, who pulled up to the house in his car along with another person that so far you are assuming to be a lawyer, because it seems like that's what they were discussing, was the existence of the house itself and how angry he seemed to be that it didn't go to him, or that any of the belongings that were handed to Brick that night were given to him. So, yeah, that's where it puts us. However, that leaves one last question. Where is Brick in all of this? We could just very easily teleport him into the story in any one of those 3 locations, which would make the most sense. Either with Sam and Larson hiding in the trees, overhearing Bertram walking towards the house, or on the first floor where Dr. Hampton Lockhart just walked in, or in the basement with Anton and Granville. Where do you think you might be, Bob?
I mean, if you've seen him, he's not in a tree. He is a tree.
You are the Brute Squad.
That's right. So I imagine be with the doctor then.
Okay. We'll say what probably makes the most sense is maybe if you were on the first floor, sort of keeping guard or at least keeping an eye out through the windows while everybody else was doing their thing, either in the basement or outdoors. Does that sound like that could be appropriate?
Yeah, it seems all right.
All right. So you too have heard the voice of Bertrand walking towards a house, and you hear him say, this hunk of junk, this is what he's passed down? Yeah, I don't care what its value is. This thing belongs to me and mine. And you hear the response from the other person, but you can't really hear it. It's too low. It's sort of a quiet, meek sounding response that you do not hear. I do want to repeat the ritual itself from what Granville found. It wouldn't be fair for me to assume that everybody remembers what you're supposed to do. So there were 3 sheets found, and on those sheets, they discuss the procedure of the ritual itself, which takes at least 1 hour to perform. It must be started at midnight, and currently it is close to sundown, so there's still a couple hours before midnight. At least one person must speak aloud the ritual phrases. Another person must draw a shape on the floor, and that was another piece of paper that Granville found. While another person must burn a certain chemical in a fire nearby. The notes, which are written by Marion Allen, mention that the chemicals resemble a brown powder, which he says he has prepared and stored with these papers in a metal canister ready for use. While one person may perform the ritual chant, the notes recommend that several people should take part, allowing each individual to occasionally interrupt their chanting without disturbing the overall ritual or its potency. And if the chant is continuous with at least one person reciting the repeating phrases aloud, the spirit, as it's written, must succumb. However, it warns that even the slightest disruption of the chanting may result in failure, requiring another ritual to be performed on a following night. The notes suggest that during the ritual, quote, a watcher be posted, lest the sorcerers be disturbed by the nuisances and distractions of malevolent spirits. Thus, these sheets confirm that a 2-hour ritual using the chant provided, begun at midnight, will drive off unwanted spirits. So let's start with Sam and Larson out in the woods. If you need to, I believe the maps were in the form of handouts, which you can click on if you need to. Oh, sorry. No. It's the tactical map. My bad. So you are currently along the southern edge of that tactical map, in the trees, successfully hidden, facing towards the front door, and you see Bertram and this wiry-looking fella in a nicely dressed suit walking towards the front door. What do you two do?
Hey, Larson, you want to have some fun?
What's your idea of fun?
Scaring the shit out of these two?
Yeah, it sounds pretty fun.
So I'm proposing that we just sort of raise the neck, we step up behind him. What do you want?
You're gonna try to step up behind him and do that?
Yeah,
All right. Are you both gonna do it, or just one of you?
both.
I'll go with them.
All right.
We're
Why don't
not
you
as intimidating
both-
as Brick, but we've seen some shit.
Why don't the two of you give me a stealth check, please?
I wanna.
What's a disadvantage? He knows what I am.
My sheet is not responding.
Oh, dear God.
It's like one of my stealth rolls.
Oof, my friend. Oof.
See, this is a non-combat roll, so I only roll in the 90s.
I had a hard
So far
success.
that
though, so maybe I quietly grab him before he steps on the plate of dishes. I don't know.
You know what? This could actually work. It could be like Larson comes out like the right side of the tree, and they see him coming, but they didn't notice you hook off to the left,
Yeah.
like at all.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and see if either Bertrand or the lawyer can spot you. So basically, they need to get a better success than your hard success, and neither of them do. So yeah, I kind of like the way you're starting to describe that. How does that play out exactly? If Slade was able to not be revealed, but Larson is.
Imagine Larson like starts stepping around the right side of like the tree towards them. Hits like a stick that cracks like a mother. It's like, hello there, gentlemen. Fine evening, isn't it?
And then I'm just leaning on the wall next to them when they turn around.
Okay. Yep, I like that. So yeah, as they start walking, you can hear the crunching of the gravel under their feet, and you hear Bertrand continuing to sound annoyed at just the very prospect of even being here. You give both of them. Larson gives both of them a little bit of a jump when they and you hear Bertram start to say, "Hey, wait a minute! Don't I know you? What the?" And easily, practically jumps out of his skin with Sam leaning against the wall, and totally caught him flat-footed. And the lawyer himself, actually, because this roll is hilariously bad, the lawyer himself actually finds himself sprawled along on the gravel, and he picks himself up and starts wiping the dust off of his clothes. And you can hear him muttering, but again, he's got such a meek voice. You really don't hear what he says, and it doesn't seem like it's full of malice, more annoyance that maybe his clothes got dirty.
He also says something about a stapler.
And Bertrand turns to Sam and says, "All right, what's the big idea?"
Well, we heard you coming, and we just thought we'd come out and greet you. Aren't you Brick's cousin?
Yeah, and weren't you guys with Brick the other night? Last night?
Yeah, we are associates of your cousin Brick, recent associates. And we came out here with him to look at his property as it was bequeathed to him. What are you doing here, Bertram?
Well, 3 things. Number 1, none of your business. Number 2, get out of my way. And number 3, get out of my way.
Come on, Bertie. That's not real friendly like. I kind of stretch, and as I do, like my jacket pops, and you can see my gun in its holster a little bit.
Give me something that works for you. Charm, persuade.
Well, I would try charm, but I don't think I'm really trying to be charming here.
Not really. Or, I mean, I don't know if you have an
Is there
intimidate.
intimidate? Yeah, I have a shit intimidate.
It's all right. You can
Well,
still try it.
that's what I'm trying to do. So I made my
Yeah.
own decision here.
Oh, not
great.
bad though.
Yeah, it's a good roll. Yeah.
I'm not spending luck on that though. It's
Okay.
I'm just having fun, really.
You see him take an eye, take a glance at your holster, and he's like, I've dealt with your types before. Bless you. I've dealt with your types before. Listen, is Brick here? I'm assuming he's here. If you guys are here, then I'm assuming he's here.
Yeah, Brick's here, but he don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, I got news for him. And he tries to brush past you.
I don't let him.
No? You're going to try to physically push him?
Yeah. I'm just not gonna move. I kind of just lean there, imposing myself between him and the door.
Yeah, I mean, he does try to make a point of brushing by you on purpose, kind of annoyingly so. Just for shiggles, go ahead and give me a strength check. We're going to do a contested strength check.
Hard success, 24.
Yeah, I mean, you have completely. I mean, he's tried to make a point by brushing past you and literally just kind of walks into your shoulder for a second. He goes, all right, I get it. But listen, I got news for Brick. My old man just died, and he needs to know.
Now, see, you should have led with that because that's super important, more than you realize. So I reach out, open the door after you.
And
Hey,
just
Brick!
before you do, Brick, give me a listen check, please. Okay, so you don't
No.
hear that. You hear them talking, but you can't. It's maybe you were taken back by just even seeing him, but you weren't able to really discern what they were saying. But you do hear Sam call you out as the front door opens. And in walks Bertrand and another guy. Both Brick, both you and Dr. Lockhart see him at this point. Well, actually, Lockhart, you're in that back room. Are you trying to be discreet or hidden, or are you going to what are you doing?
I was just kind of, just being there. Wasn't necessarily hiding, but just kind of quasi out of the way, I guess.
Okay, then he sees you as well. Then, Brick, I don't know what you guys are doing here right now. I had a suspicion that you'd be here, but listen, you know as well as I do that this house belongs to me. Now, especially so since my pops just died this morning. All right, I can hear you're blinking. But what I'm trying to tell you is my dad, your uncle, just died. And the house. Go ahead.
So why are you here?
Well, I figured you would be here. I wasn't sure that you'd bring a whole gang with you, but
You should be with your mother, not here bothering me. I suggest you get out before I make you get out.
and the go ahead and actually give me an intimidate check.
My intimidate is also woefully short and small.
Do it with a bonus die.
Yeah, both are terrible.
Well, that's real cool. Actually, you rolled well.
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Really close.
You could blow luck on that. You have it.
Say 5 points.
You could.
My luck is pretty high, so
Yeah, that's only
it's
5
good.
points of luck, homie. You should do that.
Yeah, I guess I will.
All right, so minus 5 points of luck. And yeah, no, he you can see he won't say he's quaking in his boots, but you can definitely see that he is taken aback. He even takes a physical half step back away from you and starts to what looks like put his hands up. He goes, so this here is and his voice quiets down a little bit. This here is my associate. This is Mr. Holt. Maybe Mr. Holt can do the talking for me. Mr. Holt is a thin, shorter fellow. His suit is nice, but slightly oversized. And he's wearing a nice hat. He takes it off as soon as he walked into the house, by the way. And says, I'm Horace Holt, and I represent Bertrand Merriweather and the estate of the Merriweathers. And I believe there's been some sort of mistake, and you have the deed to the property, which I am here to formally request that you hand over to the rightful heir, Bertrand Merriweather, the person who is standing here before you. If you would be so kind.
Mr. Holt, I'm going to say this just once. I have no animosity with you, but we are literally in the middle of nowhere facing a dark evil. No one knows you're here, and I can make sure you don't leave.
Okay, that also sounded like a threat. Go ahead and give me another intimidation check. Yeah, you can give me a bonus check on that, or a bonus die on that too.
Wow, that was definitely not. Yeah, he's kind of just worked up.
Yeah. Oh, and you can you even see him sort of glance at your brow just to see if you're sweating, but he replies, he's like, okay, now, sir, I understand that you are probably shaken by the news of the passing of your uncle. I totally understand that, and my apologies and sympathies. However, we there's no need for any sort of animosity, violence, or anything negative of that sort. But I will say that if you do not hand over the deed at this time or within the next few moments, that we will ultimately have to take this to court, where I can guarantee that you will not be that you won't win. I'm afraid I have a very high success rate in court.
I imagine that. Oh, sorry. That Larson and I kind of came in the room and we're kind of spread out watching this.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, with the size of the house, which is, relatively small, I imagine that the conversation is happening, if you look at the map itself, probably in that little space between where there's a table and one of the chairs. Now, if you remember, the furniture in this part of the room, yeah, exactly. The furniture in this part of the room is very moldy and mildewy and kind of gross. As a matter of fact, while he's talking, you see Bertram look around and just kind of grimace and look up at the ceiling, and you can see that he notices like the water stains and whatnot. Very quickly though, Granville and Anton. At this
Rid
point,
had
you
started
can
to say
hear...
something. I'm sorry.
Oh, yep, Rid, go ahead.
Actually, could I attempt a law roll to see if I could come up with a legal rebuttal as to why they should just buzz off?
Absolutely.
I'd like to do that too.
Sure, you both can.
I think that's better than me being a crack shot and taking them both out.
Oh my god, yes, finally.
Extreme success. Very nice.
You beautiful criminal, you.
In your best words, without thinking about it ahead of time.
How do you
What
want
is
to do
it
that?
that what is it that you say? You're right. You've just scored a critical hit in legalese. Yeah. So really, how would you like to do that? That's great, right? Thank you.
Now, I don't mean to interject where I'm not necessarily involved, but the deceased did hand over the will under no duress and of sane mind to our friend here, which I'm pretty sure by most standards counts as a legal passing of property.
With witness. Actually, 2 of them. Actually, 7 of them.
And as a matter of fact, your man Bertrand here knew about it happening, and therefore bore witness himself.
Yeah, with an extreme success there. I mean, you can actually eat. Well, he physically adjusts his tie and kind of you looks like he's really uncomfortable in his slightly oversized suit. He goes, "Okay, I understand." And he turns to Bertram and says, "Unfortunately, he is correct in this matter. So I don't know that I can continue to help you in this endeavor." Dr. Lockhart, if you could give me a listen check, please.
Oofa.
From
Negative, Ghost Rider.
from above you, you hear something that kind of sounds a little bit like footsteps, a little bit. But now that you've heard it, you're really not sure if that was above you, below you, or just the shuffling of some of the people from the next room. But you thought it came from above you. And Bertrand, responding to the lawyer, says, "All right, fine. Now, listen, be that as it may, what are you guys doing here? Someone just said something about dark magic or something. What kind of malarkey is this?"
Well, Malaki or not, the final wishes of the dearly deceased.
So,
Bertram, I bet you're looking at this place like the rest of us and going, yeah, what a dump. Why fight over this, right? But I imagine you're thinking, no, just, level the place, start over again. Maybe sell the land or develop it, right?
well, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this whole thing could be leveled to the ground, maybe clear out everything around it, turn it into a nice place.
Yeah, and that's exactly what a wise person would think. But here's the problem. Your dad was into some weird shit when he was a kid. Was it the Dark Brotherhood? Was that the name of it? They found some ancient text, read it aloud, some of the demon. The demon's upstairs in the attic. We were trying to figure out a way to get rid of the demon. And once we do that, hey, it's between you and Brick here about what you want to do with the property. We just don't want the demon getting out and, killing livestock and pillaging villagers.
You see Bertram lean in towards you, and you think for a moment he's going to whisper something, but he takes a big whiff.
Only a little bit of drinking.
I don't know what you're on about, but I don't know what kind of gibberish you're spouting right now. But you're talking demons. There's a demon in the attic. You're trying to save villagers. He starts to walk over to one of the chairs and is about to sit down at it, but you see him second guess it when he puts his hand on the back of the chair and kind of look at it and shakes dust and mold or whatever off of his hand. Real quick aside, Anton and Granville, what are you doing at this point? You do hear
Well,
them talking, and you could probably hear a good portion.
Originally, we had heard them coming, and I was going up the stairs, but then I failed stealth check really badly.
Ah, that's right. And you made the noise, which is why they said, "What was that?" Are you still on the stairs? Are you going to finish coming
Yeah.
up?
At this point, I think Anton would come up the stairs. Mind you, he's got a rifle in his hands with a flashlight wired to it.
He sure does.
Probably a mark across his forehead.
Yeah, that's probably true too. Yeah, since the top of the stairs are right near where Bertrand is actually standing, and he sees you coming up, he turns to look at you and goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, fellas!"
Здравствуй. How you doing? You are here where we are discussing things, but things are going on that you are in the way of. Guys, we find what we need to do stuff. They need to go so we can start.
I'm sorry. Who's this guy, and what are you starting?
We're trying to clean up for you. We help. Why does nobody ever listen to me when I tell them we're here to help?
He ain't lying. You let us...
I'm not lying. Nobody believe me when I say I tried to help.
Bertram, look, you let us do our little thing here. You have no problems in the morning. Come back tomorrow morning when you're fresh. I think there was a nice little hostel in town. Or maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, really. Things will look better in the morning. You can bring Mr. Holt back with you. You can throw up paperwork overnight. You can come back fully fresh and armed and ready to take us on. And, it'll look better in the morning, probably. Or we'll all be dead and the problem will take care of itself.
Bertrand takes... It's probably because you can see him side-eyeing this guy who just came up from a cellar with a gun. And for some reason, a lantern of some sort wrapped with wire on it. But you do see him continue to kind of look at that, but respond to you and say, all right, maybe you've got yourself a point. This isn't something that needs to be taken care of right now. Brick, listen, I don't like you much, and I know you don't like me much, but Pops is dead, and I needed you to know. Mr. Holt, let's skedaddle. And they start to walk out. They walk back out towards the front door unless anybody else has something to say or wants to stop them or anything else.
I mean, off the table, I was just trying to get rid of them so they wouldn't interfere with our ceremonies to get rid of the demon.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's 2 less bodies to punch a hole through and grab hearts out of.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The 2 of them walk out. Holt is the second one to walk out. You can see him putting his hat back on his head and close the door behind him. And you hear the 2 of them talk, but it's inconsequential what they're saying. And you hear the footsteps. Say that again?
No, go ahead.
But you hear their footsteps on the gravel and dirt as they start to walk back towards the car. Brick, what were you going to say?
I was trying to find a way to get them out of there, but I could only be insulting. So,
I mean, be my guest.
and my cousin, she's dumber than he is ugly, and
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, when they're walking away, I think Granville's going to go, Brick, your relative there is a deeply tedious, very, very unpleasant man. I do not care for him one bit.
Always dumber than a factory of hammers.
And just as a reminder to both Granville and Anton, no one else has seen what you have found in the basement just yet. But before you reveal or discuss that, could everybody give me a listen check, please?
Oh boy.
Oh, I heard something.
Holy
And
shit!
again,
Hard success.
And again, as a reminder for
Yeah.
everybody that succeeds in any skill check, without the use of luck to succeed, put the little check
Did
mark or
we
whatever it is you have to do.
all just succeed?
There's a
No, I failed.
At least regular success?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Stam
Hard
failed. I think
I
Lockhart
failed.
failed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anton heard the motherland.
Yeah, for real. Jesus.
Let's see. Larson got a hard success, and Anton did. So, yeah, everybody who passed. You actually, on top of this, if you could give me a spot hidden as well.
Oh, jeez,
Success for me.
Anton's on a
Just
roll.
made it.
Okay.
These are just for the people that succeeded their roll.
No, this is for anybody or everybody.
Target 60, result 59.
Take that.
And win the win.
Okay. So, Sam, like you don't hear anything. Nothing unusual anyway, and neither does who else failed? Dr. Lockhart. But everybody that did hear or pass their listen check, you hear something that sounds like a strong breeze, like a really strong wind, enough that you could kind of feel it almost against the house. So you hear some of the rattling of the woods, the wood on the walls. And for everybody that got a hard success or better on their listen, you swear that as you hear the breeze, it doesn't sound as much of a breeze as it sounds like a deep exhale. And for everybody that heard but succeeded in their spot hidden, because of the sound, your gazes were directed towards whatever windows happened to be nearby, and you look out the window to see, the breeze and what it was doing, and you don't see any of the trees moving at all, except Anton. You do see there's a tree off towards the western part of the house that one of the branches seems to bend away from the house as you hear that deep exhale. Yeah. Granville, I think you were about to show some paperwork, unless everybody kind of notices everybody else hearing something odd, by the way.
Yeah, I think Granville wouldn't be able to stop himself from sharing. We found a steamer trunk down in the basement with some very interesting contents. Powders, robes used in ritual, and instructions here. Might not have time to read it all just at the moment, but the gist of it is this. And then I say all the stuff that the keeper said out loud before, because I know you're all listening then. And it's probably best that more than one of us read out the ritual chant at the same time, so there's no possible gap in the reading of the chant during the ritual. So to sort of reinforce ourselves.
So I have shared the image of the cigar box. However, just as a reminder, the image is actually backwards. The brown powder should be in the small round tin, and the silverish talcum powder should be in the long wooden box. That shouldn't affect anything, but there you go. And now I'm going to share the other handout. Which I think it comes out large by huge, so I apologize for that, but you can scroll to zoom out.
What, the Latin symbol handout? That one's pretty
Yeah,
big every time I open it. Yeah.
yeah. Let's see, who got the hard listen check? That was Anton and Larson.
Yeah, I got the hard success on both.
Okay.
It may
One of the
not be a good
things-
thing, but
One of the things that you both noticed, though, as you heard that sound, is you never heard Bertrand's car start up.
Ooh,
eat.
perhaps there will be holes in chests.
All right. So we've got some papers, a cigar box, and some powders. The brown powder, you guys at this point know what it is. The silvery talcum powder, offhand, you don't know what it is. And I believe one of you can speak Latin, or read Latin, or understand Latin,
Yes.
or likes Latin music.
I don't think the salsa rhythm's going to get us through this one.
I don't know. I heard the
Lockhart.
rhythm is going to.
Oh, damn. I thought the. Yes,
Very
that.
nice.
That's what I'm here for. Setting them up like volleyball.
Lockhart, if you could give me a language check, a Latin check, please. Awesome. Yeah, without any effort, you're able to read it. I'm assuming you'll share this with everybody?
Yeah.
All right, that handout has been shared.
Huh. Okay, I actually did understand some of it.
So you know that from some of the readings that you've had before, that some of the words were changed. That's what Marion Allen was saying in some of his notes. That some of the words were changed. That this is actually the chant that they used to bring the spirit, the demon, the thing to existence. However, some of the words were changed to exercise it. And I don't mean like a Roomba class or whatever that's called. But
Really sweating with the oldies.
sweating with the oldies.
Sweating with the old ones.
Vacuuming.
Sweating with the old ones. That's awesome.
Slim Bad Body. Or, no,
Jazzercise with Cthulhu.
That is awesome. For everybody who survives this, I know what career you're going to start afterwards. So, with this knowledge in hand, with a couple hours to go before witching hour, so to speak, and with the knowledge that Larson and Anton have of the unusualness of the quiet outside, What do you do now? I mean, we could just advance the clock. We could... What would you like to do?
Well, don't want to potentially alarm anyone here, but it's questionable if our friends have actually left. Haven't heard any cars starting up.
You think they're slinking about?
Either
Well,
slinking or not able to anymore.
you see, we all heard the whoosh, but only like one tree there moved, nothing else. And like, I
I didn't hear nothing, so you're gonna have to help me out here.
it easier if I not think too much on this. No comment. But I thinking is bad. Is very bad. Is very bad.
You think whatever's up there just got the lawyer and Bertram?
Good chance.
Well, I mean,
Well,
there's
maybe
only two
they're
people
just
dead
thinking
then.
about, and he's maybe the thing just left. Hopefully,
Yeah, I mean, we better get started on this. If the old guy, sorry, Brick, kicked the bucket, we may not have as much time as we think.
I mean, according to the ritual, it has to start at midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do the thing with the getting ready.
Should we look around outside real quick? Make sure they're not either hanging around or pushing up daisies.
As loath as I am to admit it, perhaps it would be better if we did find out if they need help. You see, it's going to be hard enough to explain, hey, we found one body here with a hole in it, as opposed to, oh, look, we have 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I just don't want them to interrupt what we need to do.
yeah, I guess we could take a look around. Hey, yeah, Anton, I got a flashlight. You want to come with me, or somebody can borrow my flashlight and I'll stay inside. Either way, it's creepy. It's creepy. Or we can all go.
Okay, let's. You got your flashlight. Tink. I've got mine.
I
All
got
right.
one.
Do those with the
Safety in
flashlights.
numbers.
I have a shotgun.
Are we all going?
I would prefer to stick with the group at the present moment.
That
All
leaves
right.
Lockhart.
Ham, you going with us?
We're all going. Yeah, you think I'm gonna stay here by myself? You're out of your mind.
All right. For the sake of accuracy, who is the first person to walk out and which door are you going out?
Somebody with a flashlight.
I'll probably go first, and I'll go out the door they did.
Yeah, I'm a little
Okay, the front door.
I'm a little
Yeah.
less brave these days because I'm hurt. So
I got punched in the face, and I'm
I
just
did.
angry.
wow.
Granville will be wherever in the lineup is standing behind Brick. That is Granville's strategy. He thinks it is good and smart and what he will continue to do.
Yep,
Okay.
Take cover.
you all start to walk out of the house. Anton leading the way with your flashlight gun.
I'll go behind him.
All right. And you start to walk towards the west. You can clearly see their car still parked there. You can, but it's all the way towards the, like where the road starts to bend to the north. Their car is actually parked right on that bend. So you can see the car, or the front part of the car anyway, which is not too far from where you guys have actually parked. You guys are probably parked directly in front of it, which is why they didn't pull up all the way. You also see Bertram running towards you in your direction, and this isn't going to require a roll, but you hear an awful, blood-curdling scream come from behind or past Bertrand.
Yeah.
And Bertrand starts to run towards you. Get back in the house! What the? I don't know what the hell that was. Something just got a hold. Out of my way.
Take my gun out.
Shit, we're in it.
Was Mr. Holt already dead, Bertram? Is it worth us going in after him?
Get in. I don't know if he's dead or alive, but something just grabbed him, lifted him up straight in the air, and then I just saw him hovering in the air, and I just ran.
I say he's probably dead.
I don't know how to get someone down from floating.
Mhm.
I guess we should get inside.
Everybody that now is outside, and you can see Bertram trying to sort of almost practically claw his way past each of you to get to the door. And you now hear, and real quick, like I do have to take a quick break because I do have to hit the boys' room. But so if we can do that in about 30 seconds. But just before that, you hear the blood curdling scream. You see Bertram running by you, trying to get into the house. And then you see all of the branches on the trees that are on the right side of the drive, so on the north side of the drive, start to bend towards you, and you hear a loud howling wind start rushing directly in your direction. And
Yeah,
we're going to take a
kill
quick
you
break.
butt. Yeah, kill you butt.
Quick break. This will really only take me probably like 1 minute. So if anybody else needs to take a break, we can do that real quick.
All right. We will be right back. Hi, player here. We're back.
Okay, we are back from our little break, and you hear an awful scream. Bertram running past, trying to get into the house, and you start to see not just the the branches bending, but you can actually see a faint tangling vortex sort of rolling through the air, knocking the branches, some of the branches breaking under them. But you don't see anything causing it. And it's at the point where you need to roll for a sanity check.
Ooh, I just made it.
I made mine.
Granville's the only one that failed?
Too much for Granville.
Extreme
Granville's being
success.
fish again.
I say, oh dear.
Granville, roll a 1d3 for me, please.
Sure. Uh,
1 point.
huh?
You
One
see
point?
two fish.
1 point of sanity. Heh.
And remember, anytime well, this is something I kept forgetting to do, but only remembering this time around, or last game. Whenever you fail a sanity roll, you suffer an involuntary action. You do something that, because you are so shaken up and so weirded out or so freaked out, that something physically happens either to you or you do something. What does Granville do here upon seeing this weird shape, I guess? This unknown vortex of wind.
I feel like Granville would probably, in this moment, start muttering to himself, perhaps like, "Oh no, oh dear, no, that can't be real. This is no, this is, it all started with the fishmen, and ever since then it's been no, it's terrible. No, I can't. No,
I forgot about the fish.
I'm getting very tired of this. Oh, I wasn't even thinking of the fish. I was thinking of the fish men. That was, our first case together. No, this is simply intolerable. This is not normal. This is not right. It's unnatural.
Everybody else
I
can
meant-
hear you, but as a matter of fact, go ahead.
I was going to say, I figured I hear him, and I was probably close to him because I was closer to the back. I was just going to grab him and start pulling him into the house. Ah, shit, he's lost his marbles again.
Awesome. Yeah, without effort, because you're close enough to the door, everybody can get into the house if that's exactly what you're trying to do. Which it sounds like you are, although Bertrand is the first one in. And the last person in, I'm assuming you close the door. The last person in, you hear, well, everybody hears this. You hear a loud bang against the door. The whole door shudders. And you start to worry about the hinges. And you hear, if you can imagine, and you don't even have to imagine that hard, if anybody has seen any of the original Evil Dead movies, that is exactly what it seems like. If you can imagine the camera focusing on the exterior of the cabin and sort of moving in real quickly and suddenly and bang against the wall and then bang against the door. And everybody can hear this. You can hear the windows shaking, practically breaking. And then it's done. What next?
Well, I excuse myself to change my underwear.
You see Bertram actually, without paying any attention to the mold and mildew on that soft chair by the front door. He actually takes it and just slumps right down into it. You can hear him just kind of, I don't know what that was. There was something out there. It took hold. I ain't never seen no man hover before.
Anton tried to tell you how to be good. Anton tried to help you. Not listen to Anton. This is how it goes.
Is this whatever the dark magic you guys are talking about?
Oh shit! If it isn't, then we got two
that'd be
problems.
it.
Good magic.
I mean, honestly, I thought you guys were all full of shit, but now I don't even know. I don't even know what I saw.
Some people are less full of shit now. He go change his pants.
Roll for pants changing. No. And just as suddenly as the crazy sound, the wind, and the banging on the wall and door started, it's over, and there's an uneasy quiet outside of the cabin again. What do you guys do now? You still have a couple of hours. You could start doing the drawing. We'll call it a pentagram because that's basically what it is. What do?
Let's check those notes. Get everything freaking set up so we can just be ready to go whenever freaking midnight hits.
Do we do this on the main floor or should we be in the basement?
So it's like they did it here in the main room over here. Right? There's like some leftover bits in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, no matter where you go, you always
Yes,
end up back at
I
the
think
beginning.
that seems reasonable.
By the way, Granville, I meant to go back to what you were saying about your involuntary action. Yeah, you actually, at one point while you are kind of muttering incoherently, you kind of half complain, half feel wigged out about the fact that you've seen so many weird things since you guys have first met, going all the way back to those fishmen. And you keep seeing and you keep mentally focusing on the way those fishmen looked. Like it's almost like your eyes are zoomed in on their gills, and then your brain kind of zooms in on their mouths and the uncomfortable way they looked and breathed, and the webbing between their fingers, and how they were trying to reach up and claw at you from that spiral staircase going up the top of the lighthouse. And most of you were standing at the top of it trying to shoot down, and you remember all of this in insane detail. And you just can't get the image of that face out of your brain. Yes, Larson, you're right. There are remnants on the floor in front of the other fireplace. And again, like I said, we could advance the clock. If anybody had anything else they wanted to do, we could do that now.
What are we gonna do with Rick's cousin? Because he seems like the kind of guy who's gonna panic and screw everything up.
Are you saying that out loud?
Maybe I'm whispering it to. I'll whisper that to Ham and Larson.
Okay.
You don't trust what Anton's reaction would be?
Well,
He does have a giant wrench.
Also has wire.
Worst comes to worst, we could maybe have him be the lookout. He's on edge enough. All we have to do is hear for the scream.
I guess. I want to make sure he doesn't like come running through the circle and wipe out the runes and stop, run into the chanter. And I just see this guy losing his shit. That's all I'm saying.
Then I guess maybe we better lay down some rules if he's going to be here doing this. That's we're tossing him outside as a distraction.
What if we give him some BS like, oh yeah, no, to protect your mind, we have to blindfold you and secure you to this chair so that the spirits don't pull you up into the air, and we could mutter some mumbo jumbo.
Rip out your heart.
Briggs just says casually walking by. Rip out your heart. Think that's worth it?
I don't know. Maybe maybe keeping him unbound, he might be more useful. They're a guy to make a man do what he needs to do.
Maybe. I just think he's a liability. All right, well, tell him that he'll be a lookout then. So, have we picked roles
Who's
here?
talking
Are
to
we
him?
all chanting? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say who's talking to him, and what you just asked is a great question.
We don't have to wear the robes, do we?
I don't
Ropes?
think the robes are necessary at all.
Oh, ropes.
Hey, Rick, why
Yeah.
don't you get your cousin there to be our lookout?
Well, that'll go over well. All right, little Bertram, I'm going to say this once. Yes, this is the crazy shit your father sent us out here for. Because we deal with this kind of shit. We need to get it done, but we need you to look out for us. I need you to grow a spine and watch out the door. Because if that thing in the woods comes this way, I need you to scream.
Give me, if you could, your choice. If it's whichever's better, either persuade or a psychology. And it's okay if you don't have any additional points in it. Just it's worth a shot.
Persuade and psychology are both the same.
Okay.
And by that I mean terrible.
So again, you can either spend luck or you can try and push the roll, but you'd have to try and tell me how pushing the roll might work. And remember this, if you fail on a push roll, it's usually bad things.
No, I think I'll burn luck on that one. It's kind of important.
So you're trying to tell me that you want me to like stand guard? Keep a lookout?
That's exactly it. My associates and I are dealing with the strange and unusual, which is your father knew. It's what we're trying to do to right a wrong that he and his friends set into motion. that thing in the woods that most definitely eviscerated your lawyer. It's coming. We're the only things that can stop it.
Well, who's to say it's not going to get us in here?
That's where the ritual comes into hand. We can't be interrupted, or else it'll come get us all.
All right.
So
All right.
you look out. We do what we do. It's first sign of trouble. Let us know.
I can't say I totally understand what you're talking about here, but all right.
That's, after all
I'll
this,
hang out.
this place is yours. I'll give you the deed and everything. Just walk away as soon as we get this done.
Okay. All right. Got yourself a deal. I'll if it's all right by you, I'll just keep myself plopped in this chair. And he rotates the chair, as disgusting as it is, and you can see like bits of mold even falling off of it, and sort of aims it at the front door. And I'll keep watch here, and don't worry, I'll look over by the window over by the stairs too. You can count on me.
They could, in fact, not count
I
on him.
hope so.
All right.
I
Who's
trust
doing
him
what?
as far as I can throw brick.
Who's doing what? There are 6 of you.
So the chanting should probably be done with as many of us as possible.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have to do? With some of these powders?
Does anyone
I
remember?
think the powders,
Someone
the
needs
symbol, lighting
draw
the
the
candles.
symbol.
Oh, a
All
watcher
that
must be.
happened like before.
Here's the notes I have from the sheaf of papers that were under the cigar box. It says, one chanter is okay, but it's better to take turns. Continuous repeating of the chant is necessary. The slightest disruption of the chanting can cause the ritual to fail. A watcher must be posted to fight off spirits. It takes 2 hours. Avoid. Oh, the rest is just me being funny. Of course, and then I don't know. I don't think I have notes on the powders. I don't think I was privy to that.
Granville, I think you were about to say something about the powder, or maybe it was Larson.
So I found the passage in the journal where it went through the whole thing. Fire set in the fireplace, and pentagram is chalked on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers placed near the center, flanking the piece of amber with its entrapped spirit. The others sit in a circle, while somebody designated as the watcher guards for malevolent spirits sit in the corner of the room. Alan then throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing the smoke and smell. Then those seated on the floor begin the chant. So the chant is the last step. We need to set everything up with the piece of amber in the middle. And then at 12 midnight, the chant begins.
Who will be sort of our defense? Because I don't really think Bertram's going to do it. Anton, you're hurt though.
Hey,
Because I'm kind of guessing firearms
I'm
aren't going to be
pissed.
useless.
I don't know.
I imagine most things don't work against the wind very well.
Also, as a reminder, there is no longer the piece of amber. There's the description of it, but that was to enact the ritual to release it. But everything else you said is correct. Because if you remember, even the chant was rearranged, rewritten to exercise as opposed to conjure.
Wonder if we should put the sarcophagus in the middle. Trap the spirit or something.
Felt like this ritual was more of a banishment than a entrapping.
We don't have proton
Yeah,
packs
probably.
either.
Might be helpful.
What proton packs?
Okay,
something
so
before this
who?
Yeah, right.
What kind of roles are each of you going to play?
I'll be a chanter.
I think Granville would also want to be part of the chanting.
I'll take up chanting. And I'll be one of the ones who can split off to take care of something should it go wrong.
Wait, are we
Anton
chanting
will
the
be on Overwatch.
Are we chanting the translation or the original Latin? Because my Latin is a little rusty in that I've never spoken it before.
I feel that we probably should chant in Latin.
And we have 2 hours to practice.
Not sure I can give you as a crash course in the Latin in that amount of time.
I'm all ears, Doc.
Hey, narratively, could we say that our characters are in fact chanting in Latin, even if we read the English translation?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, speaking from like off the table, speaking from like choir rehearsals, we learned Latin in a very short amount of time just by knowing, okay, that makes that sound, that makes that sound. Just throwing it out there.
So for the next, however long it takes, maybe an hour, hour and a half, Lockhart, if you can roll me a Latin check, please. Language. Awesome. During that time, for about an hour, it's about all it takes. Lockhart, and you can roleplay or explain this as you will, is able to teach you how to pronounce certain words, how to add inflections where you need to. You have a passing ability to read it. Now, as players, yeah, you can just read the English. Unless somebody wants to take a stab at reading some of the Latin. But yes, the English is fine. So we'll consider that a little metagaming, where you're reading the English, but your characters are actually saying it in Latin, courtesy of Dr. Lockhart's.
Spiritus vas perpetentua sapienta virtum exerciso per senta
Lorem ipsum.
Cato Rata.
In name of Padre et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
All right, so some of you have decided to be chanters. I think Anton has declared himself to be a watcher. We do need someone to draw the circle, and that involves putting the candles down as well. And someone else to, according to the notes on the paperwork, time the throwing of the brown powder.
Chuck the powder, I suppose.
And there's nothing that says you can't do that and then chant, or do that and then watch, or what have you.
Yeah, I think part of the point of having multiple chanters was so that someone can break off and do a part without breaking the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Larson,
think as far as the setup and the drawing of the symbol is concerned, that Granville would volunteer to do that part.
Larson does have a pocket watch, so he can do the timing for the whole midnight powder stuff.
Sorry, I didn't mean to draw that.
All right, so some time passes. The sun goes down. You all hear an ear-piercing shriek that's instantaneous. It's quick from above your heads. And then you hear a whooshing sound, again, a strong wind sound, but it seems to start from in the house, or at least above you, and disappear out towards the woods. It's getting a little bit closer to midnight, and at this point, someone should be drawing the pentagram and mark it out with the candles. So who's doing the drawing?
I believe I said Granville would do that.
Granville, you have a little bit of training in photography, so I'm going to say that you have a slightly keener affectation for the arts in general. So I'll have you roll against your photography unless someone else would rather roll against something similar and draw the circle themselves, draw the pentagram themselves. Something arts and crafts related, if anybody has that.
Can whoever does it be
It
assisted
would
to
be
give
under-
them an advantage die or whatever?
Yeah, you can help. Actually, the way it works is both people would roll, and just one success will be sufficient.
Okay, it's just increasing the odds that a success occurs.
Correct.
All right, sure. So I will roll with my arts and crafts photography.
Is anybody else helping?
I mean, my arts and crafts photography is only a 20.
Well, not necessarily just photography, but anything in arts and crafts. So if you happen to have arts and crafts, whatever. And you may not.
When-
He may be the only one that has.
Mm-hmm.
Just got the base 5.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
mine's painfully
Yeah,
low.
same.
Someone help. Otherwise, I gotta spend good amount of luck. Like 9 luck.
I did not mean to say art.
Art.
Garfunkel.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Oh, no.
told you.
All right. I'll spend a bunch of luck.
We're sending you guys back to kindergarten.
Okay.
Let's say, could I argue sleight of
I
hand
mean-
Rolled
to?
a-
I will let
If
you
it was
roll
required
sleight of
mechanical
hand with
repair.
I will let you do a sleight of hand with a penalty die, as well as if you would like to do a mechanical repair, if you can argue for it, with the penalty die.
How big is Anton's wrench?
Mechanically,
No, because
Yeah,
well,
right.
no, when you're
Just use it
trying
as
to
a compass.
repair
The
things,
center.
you got to keep
We
things
use
lined
we
up
use
and
it as a
straight.
protractor, yeah.
If that's how you want to explain it, yep, you can do that. Again, though, with the penalty die, because this is a slight abstraction.
Wow.
you're spending luck.
So we are
Can I
back to
shoot the pentagram?
So
Granville.
I rolled a 44 versus my target of 35. So that's what? That is a difference of 9? Am I mathing correctly?
Yo,
It is 9.
We.
I will.
Chalk?
now
What is
spend
chalk?
time-
I've never seen chalk. Never been to school. What's a school?
Thank you all for your assistance. Hang on, I'm just going to start over.
So I imagine it's something like, right, Granville starts to draw, and you even see him using his sleeve to wipe what he did and swear under his breath and sort of redraw it a little bit more. And then everybody else starts to help, and Granville gets pissed off and starts to shove maybe a couple of you out of the way, except Anton insisting that he use his wrench as a compass to help
Fine,
draw the
Anton,
circle.
Fine.
But it ends up more egg shaped, and then Granville
It's so
was like,
heavy.
just let me do
How
this.
am I supposed to move this accursed thing?
But in the end, you have yourself a perfectly fine-looking pentagram that matches exactly with the way the art looks, including the sigils, and you've got the candles placed where you need to. So,
Up my luck.
is there anything anybody else wants to do before the stroke of midnight? Now, I will say, because we did talk originally how we might be able to finish this tonight, it is 9:49. I know some of us have a time crunch between, say, 10 and 10:15. So I think naturally we're going to have to continue this next week. Just so you know, Chris. So if that's okay with starting D&D after that. Okay.
I mean, you guys will be coming out of a strange hyper warp ritual that was an emergency one, so I can do anything with Tim's character that I need to, based on that. Like he could be like,
that sounds ominous, but okay. All right. All right. So again, just prior to midnight, anything anybody else needs or wants to do, now's the time to do it.
I'm planning on living after midnight, rocking till the dawn.
-5 sanity.
Yeah. Well,
indefinite.
if I
sanity.
could just ask,
I'm
if
just
you
gonna take
have
that hit.
any attitudes about leather, would you be hell bent for it?
Oh my god.
Also, in regards to the law.
We'll be breaking it.
Okay.
All right. So, midnight. Let's begin. Let's start with some ritual chanting. Who would like to start? Because it is long. I'm not going to have you read the whole thing. I mean, a couple of you could read at the same time, but that would probably sound all jumbled on Discord.
I'll start. O spirits, you I exercise by the power, wisdom, and virtue of the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all the other divine names, whence they all draw their life and their power.
Someone want to take up the second paragraph? One of the other chanters?
Sure. Well, I exercise you by the name Nyarlathotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom, his majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void.
Someone else want to read the next part? Another chanter?
All right. I exercise you by the most powerful name of Azathoth, the all-powerful, who shall punish the crimes.
And the last part.
I exercise you and I command you absolutely, O demon, in whatever part of the universe you may be. By the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
And this goes for a couple of minutes when you realize now is about the time for someone to throw the brown powder in.
Throw in the powder. Fire in the hole.
Watching the pocket watch during the chant, just kind of break off and whoosh, toss it in.
Give me a dex roll, please, because we need to correctly time it.
Dex is a good one for me. Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, there's chanting, and you take the powder and you throw it into the fireplace. It's actually one of the things that we didn't detail was lighting the fire in the fireplace, but I'm going to hand wave that because why wouldn't you have done it? The powder just burns instantaneously, and the fire itself actually seems to turn green and even casts a greenish glow throughout the entire room for just a brief moment. It seems to burn a little bit longer than it should. If everybody who is reading the phrases can give me whichever is higher, a power or a con check, please.
I have the Emeth power.
Everybody
Can
who
spend
read
luck
it.
on these.
I will tell you, you only need
Other
at
people
least
made it.
one of you to succeed, correct?
All right.
Who else did one of the readings? Was that Granville?
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Actually, we've got enough successes. We've got a success here. As a matter of fact, while you guys were continuing to chant, and probably because you were the one who burned through the powder into the fire, you stopped for a moment and probably missed a couple lines that you were supposed to say. But
Or could do a
The
random
chant-
cough.
the chant is sound and things continue. If someone else could read at least the first paragraph for me again, someone maybe different than Sam started the last time.
O spirits, you are exercised by the power of wisdom and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all the other divine names, whence they all draw their life and their power.
And let's see here. Yeah, everybody, while you're reading this, everybody suddenly hears a creaking coming from upstairs. And you start to feel the house start to shake right down into its foundation. There's the random stuff that seems to be left in the kitchen type area starts to shake and rattle. Some of it falls onto the floor. It feels like an earthquake, but it feels entirely, localized to exactly where your feet are standing. You then smell something awful, almost like burning hair. And it seems to fall down from above your heads and down onto your right onto your noses, and it's just this acrid, disgusting smell. If everybody can roll luck.
Oh, you mean that stat that I've lost like 30 points from tonight?
Woo!
Ooh,
I made it anyway.
extreme.
I got
Ooh.
a critical.
I was worried because I just shaved off a big chunk tonight. Got it
Insane.
anyway.
I'm the only failure.
You could spend points too if you wanted to. But you
Can you
probably can't
spend-
spell
you
luck
can-
points on a luck roll.
Can't
You can't spend luck on a
No.
luck
can't
roll.
spend luck. That is
I
correct.
was
You
gonna
cannot
say.
spend luck on a luck. You
No tag backs either.
Mhm.
That's when everybody seems to notice that there's something oozing from between the spots that are between the boards on the ceiling. And it seems to be slowly dripping down. Everybody's attention is so focused on the circle and on the chant that you don't even, Hampton, you don't even see that there's this weird tendril of ooze that just sort of hits you on the shoulder. Roll 1d2 for me, please. All right, you take 2 points of damage, and you feel. Sorry, I really shouldn't have looked at the gift. You feel this awful burn. It's this like acid type of burn. It even sizzles a little bit through your clothes, and hurts like the dickens. But like I said,
What
2
up there,
points of
sizzle
damage.
chest?
From that point, now everyone can smell suddenly. It's like a cake. Something smells sweet, like a freshly baked cake. It smells delicious. But the weirdest part about it is Granville, you distinctly hear your wife's voice coming from upstairs saying, I baked you this cake. Just come on up. And if someone else could read the next paragraph for me, please.
I exercise you by the name of Nyarlathotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom. His majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void.
And Granville, do you react to the voice? It's your wife. And it smells delicious in here.
No. No.
All right, someone else can read the next paragraph for me?
Granville's gonna try and fucking hold it together.
This is the same one I read last time. Should I just go ahead?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
here, I'll read. What is it? The third one? I'll read this one. You shouldn't have to read the same one you read last time. You know what? This will be Granville focusing his energy more on the chant to try and like, no, my wife is dead. The cake's probably not real either. The cake is a lie, in fact. I exercise you by the most powerful name of Azathoth, the all-powerful, who shall punish the crimes.
And if once again, well, actually, who's going to read the next part?
It'd be Larson.
Okay, go ahead.
I exercise you and I command you absolutely, O demon, in whatsoever part of the universe you may be, by the virtue of all these names, hear you and obey.
And once again, you hear this loud whoosh and then a bang against the walls. And then another bang against that back door specifically. And then bang against the windows. And you notice that the wood frame that's above the window near that back door starts to crack. And you know, directly above that window are one of those warding glyphs.
Ooh.
Before you decide, if everyone can immediately roll me, everybody who's chanting, a power or con check. And I believe, Anton, you're the watcher, so you definitely notice that there is a crack forming right around
Yeah.
where one of those glyphs is, and it's bang again.
Can I use mechanical repair to attempt to support it? Either with a piece of the wood from downstairs or nearby, or
Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, to make your way downstairs and back quickly, go ahead and give me a dodge check.
Oh yes, I'm so good at that. Holy shit, I am.
Very good.
That's amazing. Yeah. No, as a matter of fact, I mean, you ran down there. It's like you practically were skipping steps. You grabbed what you needed to and made your way back within no time at all. And
Parkour!
and there's at least one success here, which is great. Anton, go ahead and give me a mechanical repair check. And you hear bang again. Ooh,
Oh,
just barely.
yeah.
It's worn out from running up and down the stairs.
Yeah, that's probably the case, but you'd managed to, well, tell me exactly what that looks like. What'd you do?
I grabbed a piece of the boards from down below and then uh, kind of jammed it into the window frame and using my hammer of wrenchness or wrench of hammerness, bang it into place to reinforce.
Yeah, no, it's reinforced. That piece of wood right above that window now is reinforced, and actually probably looks even better for it. Um, and just as you finish hammering that down, you hear another bang, but the bang this time is different, and it's against that back door. And right in the window of the back door, you see Maggie McFurter leaning against the window with a big hole in her chest and her mouth wide open. And please roll sanity.
Mm,
And while he's rolling sanity, if someone else could read the first paragraph of the chant again.
Holy shit.
O spirits, you I exercise by the power, wisdom, and virtue, by the divine knowledge, by the dark void, by the name of the old ones, the root, trunk, source, and origin of all the other divine names, whence they all draw their life and their power.
And you can see the what's left of Maggie McFurter doing whatever she can to bust through that glass. And you can hear the glass start to break. Anton, what do you do? As you hear another bang.
Um,
Is there
you know
anybody
what?
else watching at this point?
Yep.
Oh,
She's she's trying to get in through the window, right?
yeah. If you
Or
can
through.
imagine, the door itself has a window sort of inlaid in the upper half of it.
Um. Well, Anton does have a certain way about him, so he's going to fire his gun at her.
All right, go ahead and give me a check.
Damn.
And that just rolled the damage for it too, right? Was it a 7?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, so tell me what that looks like.
Um. Anton's just like freaking out because he's like, "Okay, I fixed that, got that," and then he looks around and all of a sudden, like, holy shit, dead lady at the door, and he's like, can't stop, just bam, and just like through the window, just bam, just smacks her in the head.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, you probably blow off about half of her face right off, and she falls backwards, dead for a second time. Bertram from the other room, you just hear him screaming, and you can hear him saying, guys, there's just something out here. This happens at exactly the same time that you take the shot. Does anybody else go over to take a look? You
I'll
hear
take a
another
look.
bang coming from that side of the house. All right, you start to head over. Someone else can read the next paragraph.
Yep.
If you remember where you left off. Don't worry, I won't punish you for that. That's too silly.
I read the second paragraph last time.
I
I read
exercise
the
you by
second
the
paragraph the
name.
first. There we go.
Nyarla Thotep, signifying the most excellent bringer of wisdom, His Majesty so high and brighter than the stars of the void.
I think you just repeated the same paragraph, but that's fine. If
Second
everybody
paragraph.
could,
No, did I? I thought I did the fourth one in the
it's
first one.
fine. It's okay. I'm not gonna. Oh no, they changed the order that everyone's reading them in.
Oh, fuck me.
That's fine. Go ahead and everybody give me who's reading now. Give me a con or a power check.
Power
just
check.
Brick,
some
give me
extra
a dodge
demons.
roll.
Hard success.
Oh shit.
Ooh, all right.
Brick, give me a dodge roll. You start to make your way over to where Bertrand is, and you just get hung up on that, like the dividing wall that's between the two rooms, and it just, you kind of just bang the outside of your shoe against it. You trip and you fall kind of flat on the ground. You're now prone, which is easy enough to get back up. But as you're on the ground, you can see the front door sort of bowing inwards with every bang. And you are positive that as the boards themselves seem to loosen, you can see an arm trying to make its way through and force the door in. And you recognize the red sort of gingham ripped up clothing of somebody that you recognize. Red Jake's arm as it's banging against the front door.
Aw.
And everybody who's in the, well, actually, probably everybody hears this.
Yet.
I didn't understand that, but I heard it.
Did anybody else hear it or understand it?
I heard release
I
me,
heard it.
and that's why I said yet. Yet.
Release me at the end was all I could make out.
It sounded cool and atmospheric AF, though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to call it a night. So It is 10:11. We're going to push pause here. And yeah. But I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight for a little bit of Call of Cthulhu. We'll definitely have this finished by the next time, as well as some other stuff. But thank you to all my players. Thank you to you who are watching. And CT Avis, back to you for a little final words of wisdom.
Well, I believe that we will have a Sunday show on the Oddlot YouTube, and what's the other thing there? There's that brain doesn't work right now. The other streaming platform we're on.
Twitch.
YouTube.
Twitch?
And Twitch. Jeez.
Twitch
It just
and
fell on my
YouTube.
head.
YouTube and Twitch.
Is that right? You guys think we were playing Sunday, right? Red and Matt?
Yeah, I think we're on
pretty
this
sure.
Okay.
Barring
So
any sudden weather nonsense.
Yeah. So we'll be back then, and with a whole new audio setup. Well, not new, but improved audio setup. So that should make for a better listening experience. And then hopefully we'll also be back Monday with more Fortune's Fools with our Pathfinder 2E adventure. And we should hopefully all be back here next Wednesday around the 8 o'clock hour Eastern time to finish up Call of Cthulhu. What's this called? Edge of Madness?
Edge of Darkness.
Edge of Darkness. Yeah. And after that, we'll see what goes on. Thanks for stopping in, everybody.